Welcome back to St Anne's here in Higher Openshaw. I've recently had a number of emails, obviously from people who are interested in podcasting, asking me how I get such a clear sound to the podcasts that I put out. Believe me, it has taken me months of work to figure out the settings, to figure out what I need to do. And, you know, let me start from the beginning. The most important thing is the microphone. Absolutely without doubt. You can pay anything from £10 for a microphone to about £16,000, I think, is the most expensive I've seen. And I've done a lot of research on what is the best microphone specifically for podcasting. There's all kinds of things out there. There's the Rode Podcaster, which is quite a dear piece of kit. There's all sorts of mediocre stuff out there. But I want to talk about what I have come across, which I now use, and I think is one of the best podcasting microphones just about on the planet. It is the company is Blue, and it's the Blue Yeti microphone. It's the Blue Yeti USB microphone. There is another one that needs to go through an interface, an external interface, which is, it's a very dark blue body to it. And that, again, is a much more expensive version. But the one I want to talk about is the Blue Yeti, which is in a silver case. It's a kind of a retro-looking thing, but it's a very professional-looking thing too. Now, I have tried all kinds of other microphones, but this one is just sublime. It's way above many of the others that are out there, and there's a number of things on it. First of all, it has various different cardio patterns. I think there are about 4, maybe 5 of them. It allows you to speak directly into the microphone in the front, and so it doesn't pick up anything else from around the room. So that cuts down on what they call room noise, which is when you get reflections of noise bouncing around hard objects. And unless you've got a sound booth, it can be very difficult to get a really good sounding podcast. Also, it also has a stereo one, which allows you to, if you wanted to do a band, if you wanted to do a small band, it will give you that magic effect of stereo, left and right, even though it's only one microphone. It also has a different cardio pattern, which is front and back. So if you want to interview somebody over a desk or over a table, then that's very handy because it cuts out everything from left and right, and again only picks up your speaker and yourself. But it also has an omnidirectional one, which picks up everything from around the room. So let's say you wanted to do 6 or 8 singers, you could have them in a circle stood around the microphone, and it would pick them all up equally as well. It also has another couple of features as well. It's got a gain switch on the back, which at the moment what I'm using is I've got the gain turned down quite low. That means the sensitivity to what's going on in the room is diminished to a degree. But I've now turned the volume at the front up. You can also mute it as well. Now, that means that, at the moment I'm speaking about 6 to 8 inches away from the microphone, and hopefully you will be able to hear that there's a very clear sound. You can also put a pair of headphones in the bottom. I'm using headphones at the moment so that I'm able to hear my own voice coming back to see the quality. You can hear the quality in the sound of that. So, the other thing about this microphone is that it's superb for picking up, if you wanted to play, say, a guitar and sing along with it, it's perfect for that too. And I'm going to do that just now so that you can actually have a quick listen to how that sounds. So give me a second. When you're down and troubled and you need some loving care, and nothing is going right, keep your head together and just call my name out loud. soon you'll hear me knocking. So hopefully you can hear that it's quite able to pick up a guitar and somebody singing over the top of it. So for any of our budding podcasters out there, this Yeti is definitely the one that I would recommend. Now, there are a couple of other Blue microphones out there. There's the Blue Snowball, and there are two of those. Now, the only thing about the Blue microphones is that they are a little bit expensive. There are two microphones, the two Snowballs. There's one at about £50, one at about £100. Now, the one at the £100 I've never tried out before. I have tried the £50 one, and it is a very good microphone. It's circular. It's like a ball, so it's very strange to look at. But the Blue Yeti that I'm using for here, which is the silver upright one, again, it's quite an expensive bit of kit. It retails at about £140-ish, but if you do look around, you can find it for about £80 or £90. But it's like all things, you know, if you are serious about podcasting, forget trying the cheap ones. If you're serious about it, you've got to get the very best microphone that you can afford. Now, in my opinion, this is one of the best podcasting microphones in the world. It's getting great reviews from all over the place. You only need to go and have a look on any of the Google it and see it usually is in the top one or two, alongside things like the Rode Podcaster. The Rode Podcaster I've never really tried. It's a bit expensive. I think it's about £190, something like that. But this one is a great one. But like I said, you know, you can use any software that you want to use. You can get free Audacity, or you can get, you know, a very expensive one like Pro Tools or Cubase. But if what you're putting in is rubbish, then what you're going to get out is going to sound thin and tinny and a bit rubbish too. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to hear that from the podcasts that I've put out and from going round and round in circles trying to improve the sound of it, that I believe that if you are serious about podcasting and you want to invest in a microphone, go for the Blue Yeti. Thanks for listening, and I hope that's been of some help. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer or fall, all you've got to do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You've got a friend, you've got a friend, you've got a friend.